Why did you come in here a few months ago and make these bombastic threats that unless the public sector pay cuts were reversed, there would be strikes? Why did you do
well,
that?
Actually, what I said was here in this studio back in January was that what was necessary for all of us in the public service unions to do was to make it clear that unless the cuts were reversed and unless there was a negotiation to achieve agreement, we would gradually ramp up a campaign of industrial action which would make it impossible or virtually impossible for government to function. And I can recall you taking issue with me on the subject in relation to whether or not that was democratic or not.
I did.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that now there is a proposal.
But the public service pay cuts weren't reversed.
But the public service pay cuts...
You were all bombast and threatening militant talk a few months ago, and then you collapse, you give in.
But we're not giving in. That's like suggesting that the people in the Republican movement gave in the Good Friday Agreement. We have a means by which we can achieve our objective without jeopardising the interests of the people who we represent and without jeopardising everybody else's interests in the country.
I just wonder why you bothered coming in here and making all these threats a number of months ago when you clearly didn't mean it.
Are you alleging that I was being dishonest?
Well, it appears like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's no point in me staying here any longer if that's the way you're going to conduct your business here.
Well, no, I'm just saying that is. I'm not saying that is the way it is. I'm saying that's the way it appears.
Many people disagree with me. Many people disagree with me on the judgments that I make, and perhaps they're not all correct. The members of the union are in the process now of deciding democratically on their assessment on all of this. But very few people, quite frankly, suggest that I'm being dishonest or dishonourable, even people on the other side. But you've taken it upon yourself tonight to call into question
I said that's the way it is. I didn't say that's the way it is. I said that's the way it appears. Anyway,
it may appear to you.
Yeah, it does.
It may appear to you, and you're entitled.
All right,
you're entitled to hold that view. But the thing about it is to represent what we have done in recommending this proposal as a climb down and behaving like lambs, when what it entails is guaranteeing the interests of the people we represent, and guaranteeing as well, by the way, that people who depend on public services in this country can look forward to a reasonable public service in the circumstances in which we find ourselves. Suggesting that's being dishonourable is something that I quite frankly have to take issue with you on.
I said it appeared to be so.